Speaking of like good storytelling, like you got in with Taylor Sheridan when like only people in the know really knew who Taylor Sheridan was. I mean, Taylor had a lot of success, but I'm talking about like household name Taylor Sheridan. Um,
Sure.
yeah. What what was it about that like pilot script, or I don't know how many scripts you got when you decided to play the character of Ryan, but like what was it about that made you sort of say this character, this show? Um, because on paper, the character from an actor looking at it, I would have thought that you would have said, well, you know, maybe the part's too small. What's this going to grow into? Like, what made you have the faith in Taylor in that show and that character?
To go back, I had worked for him a few times before. And most recently, and not the least of which, a film called Wind River.
Mm,
And after going through that process, and it was a very intimate film in terms of the scope and the amount of people and the contact you had with the performers and Taylor, and working together through these sequences and understanding what he's doing and what his message is and how he works and what is he all about as a man and as a creator. And when you can sit intimately in that for enough time, you get a sense of somebody. And I thought, this is how I want to work. This is what I want my days to be like and to feel like. And that's great. But you have to wait and see the product. So then the product comes out. We watch the film and we go, oh,
yeah.
it's all that and more. So right there, you're like, okay, this is again what I want to do. Now I'm certain. So I read the script, episode 101 of Yellowstone. It's called Daybreak, and I finish it, and I'm like, huh. Well, this guy's career is set forever. That you could just feel the words off the page. So I get tasked to read for Jamie, and he's the son of John Dutton, one of the sons. And so I make a tape, send it in. It's great. We have some changes. Can you do this? Make another tape. This goes on 3 or 4 times. You know, it's
Really?
always a little tweak. So I'm like, oh man, we're getting so close. It's going to be right over the edge. And so the last tape, I think I get a call from Taylor, and he's like, you're just not Jamie. And at the time we didn't know, only Wes Bentley
Yeah.
could play this role. It's so, he just is him.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, when you haven't seen anything, you just get this tremendous, like, sinking feeling of like, I've failed.
Yeah.
And what has happened? I went down the wrong road. We get this far and it's taken away. And then in the next breath, he says, but I want you to work on this project with me. Do you trust me? And I said, yes. I want you to play Ryan. I said, who the F is Ryan? He's like, he's one of the cowboys. Just, do you want to come and work together? And I said, yes. What are you going to say? No, it's not big enough. The role is not enough for me. I deserve,
Of course.
and I've had those moments in life. I've been an a-hole. So thankfully I put everything aside and was like, I will walk with you.
Mm.
And things as an actor are always precarious. And so to turn down a job, especially of this scope with this kind of filmmaker, is just, you really have to know what you're doing or have a sense of it. So I thought, this is the way.
Yeah.
The role, obviously, it's about the family. It's about, what's going on in the nucleus. The bunkhouse is a separate, wonderful bridge between the drama and the violence. We have some levity what's great. And it's wonderful. So I've learned to understand that, again, it's not about the number of words on the page at all. You can have boundless number of words to say in monologues, and it doesn't necessarily make it more important than sitting and listening and being part of it. So that has taught me a ton, is how to act without saying anything, which, they don't really teach you that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that's the saga of how I got it. And then, thankfully the role has gotten more and more germane to the story and the characters, and, love interest in it. And the conclusion this season is very, very satisfying for me. I'm quite happy with how it's ending up.
Did your team try to talk you out of it?
They did not. They did not. They're always opportunity based. We have a mantra, or I do, that I try to share with my team, which is the power of yes is far greater than turning things down. Now, there's definitely,
Amen.
you have to know your worth. You have to know your worth. And sometimes people will try to take advantage of you, and you have to be critical. So after decades of experience, you have the ability to see what is what, and then it becomes a little bit easier. But there's always something on your shoulder, speaking cynicism into you. Like, make sure you don't get in trouble over here. Don't do this, or you're better than this. And if you just sort of set and go with your gut feel, always the power of yes usually prevails for me.
How many seasons did you guys think you were going to do based on what you've done?
I didn't think about that first season. Second season, we thought, this is really, people like this. After the third season, it blew up, and we thought, oh wow, we could probably, that was the first time it crept into your mind, like the fantasies, the projection of what, and that's when the danger begins, because that's when you set yourself up to get hurt. But after season 3, we were like, this could go on as long as he wants to write it.
Yeah.
This could go on for 8 years. Or, till one of the cast members decides that they don't want to do it anymore, which is, what ultimately ended up happening. But you always, you don't count your chickens. So we just think, this could be our last. So you work on it like it's your last season. And we were very fortunate to have basically 6. We know 5 was bifurcated into A and B. So essentially six seasons. And that's a good long run. I mean, most actors, 90% of them will never see a series that goes 6 seasons. I know. That's the golden egg. So I feel incredibly fortunate. If I never work again, I would say in the future, if someone looked back at my resume, they would say he was a successful actor at this point. So anything from this point on is a bonus. So I feel really good about that.